Wow, this is just beautiful. Ribs of rock. Good morning, chaps. We're heading away from the Cathedral Rock and we're going to join a piste. It's called Assif Melloul Piste, and I think it's going to be a really good adventure. And very pretty also. Okay, this guy lives local next to the mosque, and he gave us fuel. Yeah, no petrol stations around here, and God knows when we will find a petrol station again. So we've topped up the jerry cans, all good to go. And what was really bizarre, a group of bikers on Africa Twins, they were all Moroccan, and one of them stopped. His name was Ali, and he said, "You old, wild and free." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I follow you, you're hardcore." Oh, do you know what, that's awesome. It's made my day. Yeah, so we got some supplies for about 3 days, because I don't think we're gonna, because we're not going to rush it, obviously, with all our weight, and we're actually knackered from the last few days, not getting enough sleep. So we're gonna, the biggest thing we want to do is find a really nice wild camping spot, and we'll camp a couple of times probably along this trail, maybe, which would be nice. So we got plenty of supplies, food and water, but there is a river there, but there again you don't know if it's going to be dry or not, as we're following a river course. So say goodbye to the rock. Just across this bridge we turn left, and the piste starts. I think it shows on the map on Osmond anyway as right. So it shows it as a road for so many kilometers, and then it becomes a piste. What the difference is, we don't know, and we'll find out. And we're going to find some peace and quiet. That's what we need. Helen's kicking up the dust today. Oh, that must be a lovely canyon down there. Told you it was going to be nice tonight. Oh, this is a steepest descent. Very steep. Woohoo! Going closer to the river already. How lovely. This is where you want to sit back on your ass, where you just over your seat, but so much luggage you can't. Well, that's the proper technique for off-road. Going downhill is sitting back. You just can't do it when you got the kitchen sink with you. Wow. Look at the bloody landscape. Oh, there's plenty of water in that river. So, because we're following the river, and it's coming towards us, so this trail just will get higher and higher. Hopefully it'll be cooler, because it was absolutely roasting this morning. Wow, this is just beautiful. Just beautiful. And this is just a road still. They still call it the part of the piste. Helen's doing well, sat down like the Moroccans do on their mopeds. what we got here. Oh, he's a bit of a torrent, that river. Absolutely. So you got to keep you on the road, and it's a shame because so much beauty around there. I just realised, didn't take long before that road on Osmond finished as a road. So this is what the piste is. So this is quite pleasant riding. There's going to be some gnarly bits, I'm sure, like there is on most pistes, so we'll come to that when we do. Oh, it's hard not to keep your eyes on the road. Guaranteed, anywhere where there's potential to farm, it'll be farmed. So even though it looks nice and green and grassy, and oh, that's a nice place to stay, we could be actually camping on top of someone's crops. So you've got to be careful. Don't want to upset anyone, do we? First bit of snow we've seen today. Still a little bit up there. Yeah, there's a house down there, look. Working his land. There's a dog running after you. Hey. A little family down there. Hi mate. Oh wow, this is looking good. This would be nice. Oh, look at those rocks there. Really sharp edges. Amazing. Well, we're going to be looking for a place to camp soon. It's not late, it's just we want a rest day. Oh, amazing. Well, we thought we found a campsite, but there's no shade. Look at those sedum on the left there. Find lots of places where it's full of it, but it's beautiful in flower. Yeah, we just want somewhere with a shade. It's only about 2 o'clock, but could do with a couple of trees. That'd be nice. Seems to be better on the other side, but one important thing we wanted was shade when we need it. So we have this tree. Yeah, it looks a little bit muddy and silty. We're gonna filter it and use it for cooking and cleaning. We got 3 litres of fresh water, so we'll be alright for a drink. So yeah, we're set up. It's about, I don't know, 4 o'clock now. Just trying to relax. We need a complete rest day tomorrow. It's been tiring, all that hiking and riding, and we got time to chill. So, what we got here? We got a fire going in this wonderful place, and what we do, we have a little area for the pot, and when we get the embers from the fire, we move them along into this little area to the left, keep the fire going, and have a 1-pot stew. Morning, chaps. We just packed away, packed up the tent and everything, and yeah, we were down there for a whole day yesterday, just chilling out and relaxing and making lots of coffee and eating, using that dirty water over there. But we survived. There was plenty of wood, absolutely stacks of it, so we were able to have a fire for consistently for about a day and a half. So I didn't need my petrol stove. We could just cook and boil water from the fire, so that was awesome. Right, it's nice to have a day's rest, but then it's equally nice to get going again. So I think we are going to be heading up and up and up to over 2,000 meters, I think. Whoa, look at those cliffs. Look at those f***ing cliffs. I've got sunglasses on, but Helen broke hers, so she's a little bit blinded. Hey. I would have been without signal or internet for 2 days, which was nice. Right, we're out of food. We haven't got a lot of water. We got 1 cigarette left, so we're hoping we can get some supplies here. If not, we'll have to go on to the next place. Anyway, we're just coming out of Energy, and looks like it's a road, and we're heading, I don't know if we can make it today, but we're heading for Bulmia. Let's see what this mountain road gives us. Definitely feel the temperature difference here. Back on a gravel track once again. Hey. Nice clean water. Look at the bloody shit we had it the last few days. Oh, and a waterfall. Getting more interesting now. It's getting a bit gorgy. Nice. Oh, look at those rocks. Great big ribs of rock. Mind you, talking about ribs, I could do with a big rack of pork ribs right now, but that ain't gonna happen. Well, there's gonna be waddies everywhere, I think. Now that's the sort of river you can do your washing in, which a lot of mountain people do. And yeah, we couldn't do any washing in the river we have. It would have it would have made it even filthier. Alright, now we're heading towards, I don't know, I think it's a village called Tassent. That's easy for me to pronounce. Tassent. There's not many places I can pronounce, but that's one of them. Wow, this is a detour because the bridge has collapsed. Bloody hell. I wonder why that collapsed. Lucky there was a detour. Right, I'm off the main road now, so on a smaller road to Agbala. Hopefully they got some fruit and vegetables there. I was on a hiking trip in Corsica doing the GR20, and I left some food inside the tent. Well, a little rodent, or rodents, ate their way through the tent and started eating the food. So from then on, the food was hung in a tree. Now when me and Helen's been wild camping here, and her panniers are not close to us, so if we haven't got our bikes close, we'll hang the food in the tree. But inch by inch we're getting closer to an area, won't be today, we're getting close to an area where there's wild monkeys. So hanging hanging your food in the tree ain't going to be such a great idea. So we'll make sure our bikes are closed so we can put it in our hard panniers. But yeah, worst thing is never leave food in your tent. It's weird, I've just bought a few groceries in there, not much, a few bits and pieces, and it's quite a big village. They have a farmer's market on a Wednesday. Bloody typical, it's a Monday. Okay, so we are absolutely fully loaded with water. Got enough food for 2 days. Bloody hell, I don't think we've carried so much stuff. So our little bikes, I mean, this Himalayan is only a 411cc and Helen's is 125, and it's definitely going to be working hard now. Oh, that is fucking sharp, isn't it? And I can't turn that bloody quick with all this weight. Get out. Completely different landscape. Different again. Okay, we're just stopping at a place called Sidi Yaya Usaid, and we're gonna have a coffee. Okay, we've just come off the main road from that town, and we're going along a track in the hope that we can find a suitable camping spot. And looks like we got plenty of wood, we don't need water, we don't need a river, just a nice spot out of the way. We got stacks of food, we can enjoy a wonderful barbecue. Yeehaw! Right chaps, we found a place and we're surrounded by trees. We're just off a track here, and we know there's some farmers and some sheep down there, but anyway, hopefully they won't mind. So our bikes are there, no one can see them from the road. Our tent's there, and this is where we're going to have our barbecue. So I'm going to give you a little demonstration of what we've done. Naturally, you contain the main fire with rocks, but we've got a little channel here so that we can brush the embers from the fire, and we keep the fire going so that we can keep feeding embers, fresh ones, into this little channel. Yeah, I couldn't cut up the pieces of chicken very well, just a couple, but with the vegetables we're going to grill them, barbecue them first. And then Helen came up with a brainwave, because I wish then we had a grill plate that we could put these big pieces of chicken on. But we're just going to lay, afterwards, after we've cut that little bit, we're just going to lay the skewers across and put the bigger pieces of chicken on there. Light the fire, start off really small with the tiniest of stuff. The pine needles are, if you're in a pine forest, pine needles are absolutely wicked for starting a fire. If you haven't got any paper, toilet roll, or a page from a book to start it off, pine needles are fantastic. Anything that's really fine and dry should work. And we've got some leaves there and some really tiny twigs, so that'll get things going. And then as that's going, we start adding some bigger sticks. And we don't want to go too big because we're hungry, so we need embers as quick as possible. So we tend to go through the smaller stuff fairly quickly, chuck a load of embers over there. And this is one of Helen's favourite things. She loves collecting wood and she loves making fires. How many women can you say love that? There's always the men that go out and do it. I mean, I love doing it myself, but while I'm busy doing a bit of editing or, stuff like that to do with YouTube, Helen just loves setting up camp, getting a fire going, and preparing food. Real basic living, and it's very, very refreshing thing to do. I mean, back in the UK we love doing this on a beach. Well, there's always well, a lot of times there's loads of driftwood, and you can do the same thing. And of course, when it's dark, you've got the stars in the sky, and you got a fire, you sat around it. It's such a soothing thing. So yeah, what we managed to pick up is some small courgettes, peppers and onions. So they go on first. And here, I don't know, we've got half decent chicken thighs and legs. That, I don't know if that's part of the breast or not, but there isn't much breast meat on it. But it was a pain in the arse to try and cut it up and then put it on a skewer. There was a few bits we could put on a skewer. But anyway, we'll make a little, like I said, a little platform with the skewers, and then we can cook these bigger pieces. So I made sure I sliced them down because they're quite thick. Open it up so that you don't spend too long cooking, because there's nothing worse than chicken being overcooked. It's very dry. Normally at home I buy breast of chicken and cut it down to about that thick, you know, nice big pieces, slice it a few times, marinate it, which we can't do today, so we just got some salt on it. So the fire is now really going away lovely. Thicker stuff going on, and we'll come back to it in a bit when we start moving some embers. And one thing I have to do is really looking forward to this food. Seriously, you don't know how much. All right, you don't know how much. Okay, we're getting to the stage now where we're going to get some embers, bring them forward, keep the fire going so we can keep feeding that channel there. Yeah. At least we can start now with our vegetables. But as the fire keeps producing embers, then we can have a bigger cooking area. Lovely jubbly, as their boy would say. But I bet you he wouldn't have known how to do this. And the reason we're showing you this is because my youngest son Charlie said, "Dad, you want to show people how to build a fire and a barbecue, because a lot of people don't know how to do it." So yeah, I took note, and that's why I'm doing it. For any of you out there who want to try it yourself when you're in a wild camping situation. Well, the embers are building up nicely. There's a real decent heat there, and in fact it's that bloody hot. It's difficult to turn the skewers. It's that hot now. The embers are building up, so we've got a bigger cooking area. But we are absolutely starving. So we want to get stuck into vegetables, and there's that little kebab of chicken pieces, and then we can put the main chicken on. Probably, well, we could probably start doing it once those are cooked. They're looking nice and burnt. No, that's how we want it. You've got to have a bit of colour. Okay, first plate of food. Now Helen with the skewers is gonna make like a griddle, basically. Oh, look at that, sizzling already. How many can we get on? Ah, nice. Right, let's enjoy our first course. While we wait, what, maybe half an hour for that to cook. I'm having to use a head torch now, but as you can see, the chicken is doing nicely. And just over here, we got a bit of heat. Put the fire, I mean, it's great doing it on embers, but anyway, put a little stone just there, just to balance the pot, and we can have a cup of coffee as well while we're waiting for the chicken. Yeah, I know they're strange cups, but it all comes with the cooking pans that we selected before we come away. So you got a frying pan and a bigger pan that we do stews and stuff in, and everything, and the handle as well, everything fits inside there. And yeah, how are we doing? Oh, look at that, look at that. But it needs to be cooked slowly because they're quite thick. Nearly done. Oh, that's what I need to do. This chicken is juicy as anything. Juicy as anything. All we've had in Morocco up to now is dry chicken. It's been overcooked because I think they worry about foreigners and coming down with illnesses, so there's no need to overcook chicken. As long as there's no blood, you're alright.